Maybe I'll start doing video logs for this instead of doing the traditional writing it down. I feel like it might be a lot easier because you guys, the viewer, will be able to clearly hear my tone and such, and it makes it easier for me because I don't have to write. But let's see, what day is today? These 2 weeks have passed by so quick. It's not even funny. So it's March 16th, currently 23:41, um, which is 11:41 standard time, 10, 9, 8. It's probably 8 o'clock in New Mexico right now, which is mountain time, I believe, Denver mountain time. So let's do a recap. Since last time, the day after my last entry, which was Monday, I believe, was my last entry. No, 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 no. Tuesday was my no, yeah, it was Monday my last entry. Tuesday was I did absolutely nothing, just the normal, going to the Carrefour, finding food, of course, and then heading back home here, Calle Guatemala 4612, and cooking. So it's been a lot of cooking, been a lot of good food, been a lot of good time. But Tuesday was spent doing absolutely nothing but prepping for orientation. Wednesday was orientation, and then a good acquaintance of mine, Carl, who's an Englishman. I believe he's traveling, doing schooling or something along the sort. Um, Went to his birthday party, had a glass of wine, some empanadas. I wasn't really hungry because I eat so much like here at home. It's just home cooking is the way to go. Um, and then we came back. Let's see. I believe it was Wednesday. We went looking for work. Me and Nando, the good friend of mine. I believe I explained him in the first two entries. He's just a very great, you know, person in general. Uh, that's from Mexico. That happens to be from Mexico, but he's just, um, I consider him like one of my brothers. So we went down looking for work. We went down to a couple stores. Did some demo photos, did some edits and such. And you know what? The fashion down here is like, it's on point. A lot of people say that the people dress like they're back in the 70s and such. I think the only thing that's from the 70s is their platform shoes, because the women like to wear platform shoes like stacked, like inches high. But other than that, the culture is great. The people are friendly. I'm living currently in Palermo, Soho, which is kind of the spot that you want to be in. I'm 1.6 miles from the university, Universidad de Palermo, and it's great. The architecture of all of the buildings is very Italian. The cuisine is for the most part Italian. The thing that they boast about is their wine, milanesas, which from what I've heard aren't even all that good, and their steaks, which from what I've tried, once again, um, aren't aren't I'm not going to say that they're not good. It's just that sometimes you build your expectations to be too high for something, and then when you find out that, the world is still the world, and that the steak wasn't cut from a freaking unicorn's hide, raw hide or something, then you're like, oh shoot, I'm still back on Earth. But let's see. So yeah, that was Wednesday, basically a Wednesday recap. And then today, let's see. Today we went looking for more work. Um, did my laundry. I was able to wash everything from my sheets, pillowcases, clothes, of course. Laid it all out. And I guess the highlight today was stepping in crap while setting out my laundry. I believe there will be photos of the patio area, and then photos as well of where I would hang out my clothes. And that was an experience all on its own. Um, let's see. What else? What else did today hold? It's currently spring break for my UNM classes, so I didn't have to do any work for them or anything like that. Um, what else is new? It's getting cold here. It's 68 degrees. Is it's relatively chilly because of the humidity and such. Your body really adjusts to the humidity. Today was the first day that I actually got bit in the face by a mosquito, and that really sucked. Yesterday, oh, I've never made guacamole, and today I've never fried potatoes. Did both. Guacamole was yesterday. Frying potatoes was today. It's just been amazing, cooking, teaching Nando how to cook, helping him with his English, and I think that's like that's what's gonna be um, my gift for the people that I come in contact with. I try to be as you know what when you're a human, I don't try to be polite. I'm just that's me. Everybody's different. Um, the Irish people talk about cunts from America, cunts from Germany, and the French, from what I've heard, are big cunts themselves. So, um, but you know what? It's just it's all about the people. It's all about the person. And if you come with a closed American mindset, you're not gonna go very far. It's not gonna be a good time, and people aren't really gonna like you. But teaching Nando how to cook after 6 years of him not knowing how to do so and spending too much money on food outside, um, and then helping him with his English are those are two at this point, um, two things that I'm very glad to give somebody out here. But uh, yeah, I think that's going to be the end of this entry. I'm glad because I could give a lot more as opposed to writing it out. So, good night. Ciao, ciao. It is currently March 19th, 6 in the morning. I just got back from partying, which was insane. I believe I got back at about 5 o'clock and took a shower, got something to eat, and now I'm tucked in, ready for bed, and trying to do a recap of what's gone on today. Well, and I guess yesterday too. So let's see. Friday was amazing. I got to go out with some friends and went to this new bar. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but it was really amazing. Let's see. And then Saturday was spent um, just hanging out, grabbing something to eat, cooking, eating, and then just working on work, photos and such, photography, and all that good stuff. And then tonight was going out to the clubs and just dancing, like dancing a lot. I thoroughly enjoy the dancing that goes on here in this country because it's not like the dancing in America where it's just bumping and grinding. Here it's you get to move your legs and your knees, and my gosh, my hips hurt right now, but it's you know what, it's totally different. The culture is amazing. Um, Beautiful. Everybody's beautiful, beautiful people, men, women. Um, Streets, architecture, everything is just it's gorgeous. And Palermo Soho, I found out, is one of the safest areas, and it's also one of the areas where everybody wants to go. So, if you ever get a chance to go to Argentina, try to get somewhere in Palermo Soho for cheap. Because, you know what, this is the spot. So, this is my recording, this is my log, and you know what? Y'all have a very good day. Thank you for listening. Log for today, Monday, March 20th. Well, actually, this is technically for Sunday, March 19th, but um, it's 12:58 right now, which technically means that it's Monday. So, class starts tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. That's something that's been on my mind lately. Today, which is something that's interesting. It's kind of personal, but something that I wanted to throw out there because for any of you traveling from America to uh, well, to Buenos Aires at least, I mean, this is all that I can speak for. Today was the first day that I had regular bowels, which means that since I got here on since the first of the month, so for like 19, 20 days now, uh, I had straight diarrhea. Like every single uh, crap that I've taken here has been diarrhea, which what I'm thinking is because of the food, being that the food is so organic, it lacks GMOs, it lacks all the harsh like chemicals that our food back home has, as well as the lack of intake in high fructose corn syrup, has led to, like, I guess my body flushing out all of the American, like, I guess, substance from my system. So today was the first day that I was able to have a crap that was somewhat solid. Um, so that was, I guess, the highlight of today. It's really interesting, I was thinking about it today. I was like, dang, I haven't driven a car in such a long time. Back home, it's like, every day I'm driving somewhere, going to work or to school or something, or just, hanging out with friends. I'm in a car. And it's interesting being here. I remember the first day that I got here is walking so much. I'd never walked that much in my life, and my body's gotten used to it. Um, Save for the dancing. I mean, the dancing still, puts the stress on the legs, but it's amazing. It's a good stress. But everything, if you don't have a bicycle, basically, if you have a bicycle here, you're a rich person. Which isn't to say that, there's so many cars. I mean, the streets are lined with cars. But I mean, like, if you have a bike, it just makes everything so much easier because I'm here uh, on any given day. I'll walk like 5 miles to get to a destination, and then we'll walk even more, walking around and stuff like that, when I actually get to a destination, which is, I love it. I'm somebody who accepts and who really enjoys fitness, and you know what? It's getting in a lot of steps here. So, let's see. Another thing that I forgot to put into the log was, I have a fan here, and it's like been squeaking lately, which really sucks because, well, it's not even hot. I mean, it's getting cooler here. I think. Let me see. What was the weather for today? High of 60, low of 64. I believe that's for the evening. I don't believe that was for the morning, but um, yeah, it's nice to say that during this time, March, the weather is coming down. I remember the first day that I got here, it was swelteringly hot. Like, I was wearing dry fit boxers and my pants were sticking to me. Like, it just really sucked. Um, and I thought, you know what, I can adapt. We can do this. But it's been great because the weather has been nice and overcast, and it's cooling down, like, significantly. So if you want to come to Buenos Aires, Palermo, Soho, do it in March, because that it and bring maybe a sweater. I mean, it really isn't. It doesn't really get cold here, but just a little advice from me. Let's see. Your hair and your skin is gonna be phenomenal here, just because of the humidity and such. Is there anything else that I want to put in this log before I go to sleep? I wish I would have packed when they tell you that the swag, but the way that the people dress here, um, dress how you would dress in America. I mean, don't come over in, like, a freaking red, white, and blue, like, American shirt or something. But you can wear basically anything that you would wear over in the States. Normally, I'm dressed in designer polos, freaking, um, my mom's a great shopper and she knows how to buy stuff. Um, yeah, I mean, we're not rich, but she just knows how to use coupons and find really good deals. So I'm always dressed in Guess, Polo. Um, let's see. I think I have some Givenchy stuff. Um, so things like that. And I was thinking, Calvin Klein. I was thinking when I was coming over here, I was like, you know what? I don't want to take this designer clothes, but found out. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of Italians here. They're dressed in stuff like brands that I would normally wear, or actually brands that are expensive in the U.S. like North Face. I've seen a lot of North Face, Ralph Lauren. Let's see, and designer brands and stuff like that, and they really know how to dress here. So, tip to you guys, you could go ahead and wear Express. You could go ahead and wear your fancy shoes. At Asics, New Balances, of course, comfortable stuff. But if you wanted to go fashion sense, you can do it here. And you don't have to worry necessarily about getting jacked. Obviously, you don't come in like $1,000 gold watches and like gold earrings and stuff like that. But Um, as far as clothes wise, you can dress it up. I mean, there's people here, like the fashion heads, the hype beasts and stuff. They got them. So um, let's see. There isn't anything currently that I wish I would have packed. I mean, as of right now, the people I'm living with are kind of having like a little fiesta upstairs. So kind of wish I would have brought like uh, like some earplugs or something. But I could always go down to the store and buy it. Um, let's see. I believe that's a wrap. So this is entry for Monday, March 20th. Uh, y'all have a good one. So this is my entry for March 28th. Today is March 28th. Well, this is technically the entry for the 27th since it's 12:26 right now. I have school tomorrow and I gotta wake up at 7 in the morning so that I can walk over there and get there by 8:30. Normally I leave the house by 8 o'clock, but let's go over what happened for these past 8 days. So I remember in my last entry, I was going to start school on the next day. Started school. Sadly, I don't know any of what, I don't, I understand the language, Spanish. The Spanish here is very different. It's very difficult to comprehend. And you know what? I'm in basically, full fledged, like, you know, academic courses. And it's a little overwhelming, but I've been slowly learning. And you know what? I can comprehend enough to know kind of sort of what's going on in the class. Um, but I fear that it won't be enough. Luckily, though, I do have people in the class that I've met that they do speak English, and you know what? I hope that they can keep me informed and keep me up to date as to what's going on in the class. Um, I'm not saying I'm depending on them, but you know what? It really is a big help. That and my good friend Nando here, he's you know what? He's on board with helping me. So I felt really depressed after school because I kind of had a little panic attack. Called my mom and was just I was like just scared for my academic success. But I have a plan. So I came here to learn the language, and I didn't want to give myself a safety net, and I'm here. So let's figure it out. But let's see what else other than that. Today I went for a run. It was like the first time that I've ran here, and it's kind of sad, but it was an amazing run. Since the elevation is so low, it's more or less the same elevation as California. So just I think with a little bit less humidity actually. So it was really nice. The run was freaking insane. I was sweating like I've never sweat before, so I definitely have to go out and run more just to keep physically fit. Let's see. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Sunday. Yeah. So 2 days ago on Sunday, we went to this place. I can't remember what the market is. Oh, okay. Sidebar. We went to Culturo Central de Kirchner. You'll see photos in the book. But yeah, I was trying to figure out what museum we went to. I think it was like 2 entries ago. Um, and yeah, that place is amazing. So it's Culturo Central de Kirchner, or Central Culturo de Kirchner. Kirchner though, that's the one. The art in there was impeccable. It was just beautiful. They had local art. They had Italian. It was beautiful. The building itself is art. But okay, enough about that. So I believe we went to like Scalabrini Market. I think that's what it's called. So it's not necessarily a market, but they have a bunch of goods, like just lines, and it's just one long street filled with these little like these little venues, these people selling, their goods and stuff. I picked up two rings, two lighter cases because my mom, I knew that she would want one. And the leather here is amazing. Everything that I've seen so far is made out of 100% leather, and you could smell it. It's amazing. Let's see. You should see pictures of that in the book as well. So, let's see. What else? What else? What was nice to get? Oh, I think I got fruit for the first time. Somewhere in between these last 8 days, and that was great. Uh, let's see. Learned how to make guacamole. Never made guacamole. Learned how to fry potatoes. Never fried potatoes. Um, and this isn't from like the local people or anything like that. It's so sad that the English and the Italians have just drowned out, I guess, what would be South American culture in and of itself. Um, Palermo Soho is a very it's very safe. It's one of the safe spots, and you want to be here if you're coming to Argentina. But it's just sad to see that what it isn't like rice and beans of Mexico or anything like that. It's more paninis and um oh, I can't think of the name of what it's called, but it's just it's like Italian pastries mixed with like half-assed Italian pastries. That's how I would rate it. Um, it really is almost sad to see, but the people here are just like every other place. I don't know why they say that, everywhere's different. I feel like it's just the people, people in general are you go to one city and it's booming, you go to another city and it's booming, and you know what? They aren't going to be exactly the same, but that's just, that's the same with everywhere, it's not exactly the same. Um, I am glad that I don't have a threat of being robbed. Oh, one thing that I do want to say is that I have some kind of bug in my room. The room is not as it was advertised on Airbnb. So, side note, note for myself and note for you, whoever's listening, if you get an Airbnb, make sure you get like three or four lined up so you can go and see them maybe 2 or 3 days before you're supposed to check in, so you can pick which one you actually want to go to because sadly the photos that were advertised for this place weren't what it came out to be, and that's something that's just been on my mind. I thought I might warn you, whoever's listening. um, I have a bug that keeps on liking to eat my ankles, and the bites they aren't severe, but they're bad enough that they just like itch. So I don't know if it's a mosquito or if it's some kind of spider or something like that. Luckily, my foot isn't infected and I don't have to chop it off or anything like that, but that kind of sucks. Um, let's see. I can't really think of anything else that's come up that's new so far other than school. My online English class is going great. I would advise that if you come over here, um, or if you come to any South American country or any country in general to study abroad, that you make sure that you know the language. If you don't know the language, just take the classes in English. So, sadly, I didn't do that, and you know what? I might suffer academically, but only time will tell. So. Everything here is very hectic, very confusing. A lot of individual run shops. So you don't have any big Walmart where you can go in and get everything. You don't have Walgreens. The brands here are different. And I was interested. That's something that I wanted to say. I was interested. They don't have spicy chips here. So no spicy Lays, no Takis. I would have thought Takis, South America. I mean, at least in Mexico they have it. Hot Cheetos, they don't have it. Cheetos in general, they don't. It's very interesting. They have Pringles. Again, nothing spicy, and I'm not talking down on it or anything like that. But it's just a little something interesting that I found. Um, Clothes here is god expensive. Food is not, and basically, if you're coming from America or Europe with a strong dollar, everything here is cheap. But if I'm talking in pesos, then it's not. But in American dollars, it's almost sad how cheap it is. Um, but I think that's enough for this entry. been talking for 9 minutes now. So, uh, yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for listening.